Previously, in the anime, after becoming the Ring King, Haruto got the duty to marry 5 princesses and get the Ring of Elementals from them to seal away the Abyss King. He had the Ring of Light, so he traveled to Elf Nation to get the Ring of Wind. But the previous holder of the ring made a huge wind barrier to keep the monsters out so that their daughter wouldn't have to be burdened by the duty of the Ring Princess. But it all came crashing down when the Abyss Knight made his way through the barrier. But luckily the elf princess Nephritis married Haruto and gave him the Wind Ring to defeat the Abyss Knight. But behind the mask was Nephritis' own aunt. She was manipulated by the Dark Ring of the Abyss King, so Haruto, along with his 2 wives and 2 friends, continues his journey to get the other 3 rings from the Ring Princesses. But in the midst of it, Nokana had a dream of being a proper housewife to serve her husband in the most typical way. They were getting down to real business. But suddenly Nephritis took over and she was forced to watch them together, but thankfully she woke up before the main action begins, but it was Haruto's fault. He was giving attention to Nephritis more. Their Marsh asks about their next destination, and Alabaster was planning to get to the Nation of Water to get the Dragon Princess. But the main issues right now was that Haruto was giving all his attention to Nephritis, and when Nokana asked Haruto for some food, he told her to get some herself, which is a serious crime. But Nokana got shy and tried to run out, but when Haruto stopped her, they saw Godzilla type of moving town, so Alabaster tells them about this moving town of Land of Fire, Nidakita. It's a nation of cat peoples, so Alabaster gives priority to the Fire Princess, which upsets Marsh for some reason. Their Alabaster asks them to let them in and they threw out a ladder for them. But Nephritis got a fear of heights, and once again Haruto was about to help her, but this time Nokana took the chance out of jealousy, and there they climbs up that height. And Nokana took care of her the whole way, and there they saw a huge market, and Nephritis learned it from the books that Fire Nation has strong cat peoples and wandering knights. So many merchants sought to travel with them for safety. Then Alabaster also tells them that cat people lost their nation during the era of the first Ring King. So they built their moving nation to sell out their power like mercenaries, so it's safe to say that the powerful people created the safest mobile market, so all sorts of goods can be found in here. But the main priority for them is Fire Princess. But the women's instincts took over Nokana and Nephritis that they started to explore the market on their own and realized a bit late that they got separated. Nephritis has a phobia of crowds, so she threw up. But after that, Nokana saw 2 cute cat ladies, but according to the scholar Nephritis, cat peoples are brave and ruthless warriors that served the first Ring King. There a lady asked them if they were lost, and Nokana tells her she was, so the girl told them to stay near their biggest landmark, Nidakita's arena, where her friends could find her. So girls were handling themselves, but Haruto was going out of his mind from fear for his wives, so Alabaster assured him nothing would happen and more, so he knew where to find them. But on their way, the cat ladies were looking really hostile, and Marsh tells him that cat peoples value strength, and since Haruto got rings, he thought he impressed the ladies with his powers. But actually they were admiring Marsh because of his built-up body of a swordsman. Marsh tells the girls that Haruto is much stronger, but no one believed Marsh because Haruto has no muscles. But then Marsh asked them about the Princess of Fire, and the ladies got disappointed greatly, because she thinks Marsh and his friends are also here to try to marry their princess. It gave them a great shock, so until they recover, Nokana and Nephritis were enjoying something near the arena, and Nokana was carrying for Nephritis just like Haruto. It was giving her the feeling that she's their daughter, which was actually hentai type of thinking, but then Nephritis apologized because Haruto was giving her more attention. Nokana tries to tell her that it's just because Haruto is a caring person, but Nephritis knew that it still made Nokana jealous. Nokana can't deny, and Nephritis got happy for that. Because she thinks that heart aches more when the person is in true love. After that, cat person threw out a beaten junk out of the arena and there Haruto comes in with others. And the one who beats all the mans was none other than Princess Garnet. She wants her husband to be stronger than her, so she challenges every man who comes out to propose to her. She saw Haruto was the Ring King with the 2 rings on his hands, but he's also no exception. She attacks him instantly and knocked him out cold. It made her disappointed because there were many men who were stronger than Haruto, so Haruto started to get some training from Martian swordsmanship, but he's still a chump in this. Then a caretaker calls them out for dinner and gives plenty of food to Haruto to make him stronger for Princess, because there was no man stronger than her in the Land of Fire. And it's practically impossible for Haruto to beat her, but Alabaster reminds him about the rings in his hands, but it would be like cheating using magic. So the cat boy tells him that magic is allowed to use because there were many mages who came to court Garnet, but they all were still defeated. So now Haruto has to learn to harness the powers of the rings, and in his free time he saw how Garnet fight with his opponent. It was a real letdown because he's way weaker than her. But their nokana comes out and tells Haruto to lie down on her lap. The point for doing this was to tell him he did great for trying his hardest. But Nephritis saw them and got envied because she still doesn't have a strong bond with Haruto like Nokana. Then Nokana tells Haruto that it's okay for him to be weak because if their bond is strong, Haruto can grow stronger as well. But Haruto didn't like this way of flow. After that, Haruto gets to a sauna and sees many girls were taking massage. It's like mixed sauna. But Marsh comes there to distract him. Haruto admired he was strong, so he thought, what if Marsh would have become the Ring King? Would he be able to beat the princess? Marsh knew he's nowhere near Garnet's level even if he gets the rings. But their cute cat girl came to offer up massage and obviously Haruto agreed, but he got scammed because the one who would massage him is a Goliath. He did a great job and their Garnet comes in. She was in for a massage herself and she asked Haruto to massage her, so while he was doing his job, Garnet told him she would go easy on him in their next fight because she has the duty as the ring princess, but she needs to act like losing and told Haruto to act alongside her. But that just hits the man's pride and Haruto rejected her offer and promised he would win their next fight, so he continues to train as hard as he can. And I believe the ring will give him power based on his emotions. Well, it's just a guess. But that's where episode 5 ends. But if you haven't seen any of the episodes of this anime, then go to the playlists named Tales of the Wedding Rings on my channel to watch the previous 4 episodes. With that, take care.